Do you have the skill that nobody else has? Are you the person that can create the ideas that nobody else can create? Or are you the person that can sell what number 1 and number 2 do? I'm the person that can sell what number 1 and number 2 can do. So guess what I started doing? Mastering the art of selling. Mastering the art of communication. Mastering the art of persuasion. Mastering the art of connecting with people. Mastering the art of building relationships. Mastering the art of conflict resolution. Mastering the art of leadership. Learning how to move people without touching them.
Are you ready? We're gonna run the play. Let's go. Do you know what it's like to come from nothing at all, but every day you just wanting it all? Do you know what it's like? Every day facing your fear, but believing that your blessing is near. Do you know what it's like? Growing up broken than most, but still being devoted the most. Do you know what it's like? Yeah, that's what the journey's about. Yeah. Let me show you.
What's going on, y'all? This is Justin Owens, back at the Run the Play show, where I help break down the top plays of success from top leaders, entrepreneurs, personalities, by sharing gems from their personal playbook. And today, we're in J.O.'s playbook because I want to talk about something. Because I know a lot of people that, you know, sometimes they're like, I don't like selling. Or maybe you like selling and you're struggling. Or maybe you're like me. Like, I transparently can almost sell anything that I want to sell. But this was a revolutionary time for me because, like, I initially started off in like direct sales and network marketing. When I say direct sales, I don't just mean network marketing. Some people, when they say direct sales, they mean network marketing. When I say direct sales, I'm talking about door to door. I'm talking about straight to consumer. I'm talking about candy. I'm talking about television. I'm talking about alarm systems. I'm talking about, like, when I say direct sales, that's what I'm talking about. Now, network marketing is when you have a direct selling model, but you're also building a sales team. And I wasn't really good at the team building aspect of that at the beginning. And so that's when I was like, you know, I'm just gonna be good at selling because I don't want to deal with people. Now that was a mistake because what I learned in any kind of business or sales organization that you want to grow and scale, I don't care if it's insurance, I don't care if it's real estate, I don't care if it's products, network marketing, you're gonna have to have the ability to build a team. And so anybody that's like, oh, I don't want to deal with people, it's because they're not good with people. Or sometimes they're not good at choosing the right people, and so people become a headache. Because if you're not, because people can become a headache. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, people, they be a little funny. I ain't gonna lie to you, you know? But what I want to talk about in this episode is choosing the right product or service that's good for you. Choosing the right product or service is very much, to me, like dating or getting married. And the reason I say that is because a lot of times there has to be the right chemistry. There has to be the right, you know, relationship that's built. And if it's a marriage, and you don't want to have a marriage, you don't want to be married to a product that you don't like. You don't want to be married to a product that when you think about it, you get, you know, the wrong feelings. You want to be something, man, I'm excited about. Man, I can't wait to see you. Man, I can't wait to talk about you. Does that make sense? So there has to be the right chemistry with the product or service that you choose, or it won't work. And so here's what I want you to think about first of all. If you're selling something, how do you feel? Do you enjoy it? Is it good for other people? Like, just think about that real quick. What are you selling right now? Is it makeup? Is it your own product or service? Is it whatever you're doing, right? And so the first thing is, I believe, is that it has to be compatible with you personally. Everybody's different. And so sometimes a great or an incredible salesperson will do poorly because he or she is selling the wrong product or service for themselves. Now, does that mean there's something wrong with the product or service? No, not at all. It can be an amazing product. I've seen people have amazing products and services, but they just can't wrap their mind around it. It just doesn't work for them. Now, I'm not saying that you should use your uncomfortability or getting outside of your comfort zone as a reason why you can't sell something. But there are some times that you simply could just be incompatible with the product and service that you're offering, that you're selling to the marketplace. And so you as a salesperson, you as a saleswoman, you as a salesman have to understand, man, I need to make sure I really like what it is that I'm selling. Do I love the product? Do I believe in the product? When I talk about the product, does it make me feel good? You know, and is it a product that, man, I feel like, man, the price is great. It makes so much sense. See, it's not about the price of the car. It's not about the price of the product. It's about, man, when you hear it, do you feel good about it? Like, maybe you're selling Ferraris and they start at $300,000. You're like, yo, that's a good price for a car, though. For that car, what it comes with, what you get with it, oh, man, it's a no-brainer. But maybe like, man, I like selling cars, but not something that's like impractical. Like, I need to sell something that the average person can afford. When I sell it to a mother, when I sell it to a father, man, I feel good about it. Man, it has a high safety rating. The insurance is going to make sense. You follow what I'm saying? Or maybe you like products and they make sense, but you're like, I don't want to sell it that high. And so here's what I want you to understand. Some people are capable of selling tangible products, and some people are capable of selling intangible products. Now, if you can sell one, you're probably not going to be the best at selling the other. Now, I'm not saying you can't sell both. Like I told you, I can sell both. But you're probably going to be better at selling one than one over the other. So what is a tangible product, Justin? A tangible product is something that you can touch, taste, feel, hold, demonstrate, try out, sample. You follow me? An example would be boats, car, office supplies, office equipment, furniture, apparel, computers, watches, tools, anything that like you're a person that likes to touch and feel and show. You're typically going to be the most successful when you sell those things. Why? Because you relate to them, you enjoy them, you feel happy when you're talking about them, you're describing them, and when you're offering and selling them to others. It's going to be very hard for you to be successful or happy selling something that you don't like or you don't believe in. I'm just going to let you know right now. If you don't like selling something that's tangible, you're probably not going to like it. But guess what? If you end up liking the next thing I'm going to talk about, an intangible product or service, you probably won't be very happy selling a product. And this was something I didn't know because I'm selling stuff. I'm like, why do I like selling? But man, in this campaign, because in my door-to-door experience, we had different products. And some of them I was really good at and some of them really didn't like. So what are intangible products? An intangible product, on the other hand, is something that you can't taste or touch. Intangible products are usually ideas, right? For instance, insurance in most ways is an idea, right? Investments are an idea. Education, training products, services, they're typically ideas. Even real estate, a lot of people will say that it's like tangible, but as an investment, it's basically an idea because it's more numbers and concepts than a tangible product. And so if you're the person that likes ideas and concepts, you'll typically only be content and happy selling some type of intangible product. So here's what you gotta do. You gotta be honest with yourself and trust your intuition. The best way to figure out what type of salesperson you are is to ask yourself, am I interested in concrete products and things or the world of ideas? Am I more of a creative? Do you like to work with your hands and deal with products that you can touch and feel? Or do you like the philosophy and the psychology and metaphysics? The external game. I heard this from Brian Tracy. He said, listen, if you enjoy discussing politics and religion, your interests are typically towards concepts. You'll be happiest selling intangible products. If your major interest in solid things like houses, cars, clothes, computers, then you should sell tangibles. If you ever get in the field and feel uncomfortable selling a particular product or service, this is probably an indication that you may be selling the wrong product for your individual personality. Because guess what? When you're selling the right thing for you, you're going to be in the zone. You're going to be involved emotionally. It's going to excite you. It's going to interest you, and it will absorb your attention. You'll like it. You'll think about it. You want to discuss it with others. But if your heart is not in it, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be very hard for you to sell something, and that means that you may be selling the wrong thing. Now, I want to make sure I'm very clear. You can sell both. I typically like selling ideas, but I have a clothing line. Does that make sense? And a clothing line is tangible. And I can be creative there because there is a creative side to that for me. That is the ideas that I can think about. But the actual product itself. Now, and maybe that's why I never wanted to have like the products in my car. Actually, I'm just breaking this down for myself right now. Same thing with books. Like, I never really just carried around books because that wasn't my thing. I was like, yo, I'm not trying to, you know what I mean? Like, let me just talk. Let me do my thing. And if people want it, they come get it. Same thing with the clothing line. Hey, we put it on people. Let them wear it. It's an idea. The shirt of my clothing line is really an idea. It's not even, I'm not even selling like clothing. It's athlete, crossed out. Rapper, crossed out. Entrepreneur. It's an idea. Overcoming the stereotypes of what success looks like if you're me. The whole shirt was, people kept coming up to me. Say, man, you play basketball? Man, you tall. Man, you got a nice car. Man, you ball. Man, you in music. Or they think you sell drugs? And I was like, nah, man, I'm about to make me a t-shirt. And I'm going to just put on there. Rapper, crossed out. Athlete, crossed out. Entrepreneur. And I start wearing it. So people would stop asking me the question. And then next thing you know, people was like, yo, I like that shirt. Can I get one? Because people ask me the same thing all the time. Man, I like that shirt, man. Can I get that from my school? I was like, yeah, that's cool. I wasn't really selling these. And then it was like, oh, so what do you call them? I was like, I don't know. My Instagram was New Age CEOs. I was like, hey, New Age CEOs. That's what it's called, you know? So I'm saying that is that, yo, even if you have a physical product, you can find something that you love about it. Run the Play is a concept, but we have apparel that goes with it. We've got a podcast to go with it. We got a community that's coming with it. The Locker Room, look out for that. It's coming soon. But what person are you naturally? What do you feel like your gifts are geared towards? And once you figure out that, my friends, once you figure out what that is, then what you have to do is spend the rest of your time mastering the skill set. Not going back and forth like, oh, I like this, I like that. No. Once you get good at that, what you want to do is master the skill set. Remember we talked about in the other video? All right. Do you have the skill that nobody else has? Are you the person that can create the ideas that nobody else can create? Or are you the person that can sell what number one and number two do? I'm the person that can sell what number one and number two can do. So guess what I started doing? Mastering the art of selling. Mastering the art of communication. Mastering the art of persuasion. Mastering the art of connecting with people. Mastering the art of building relationships. Mastering the art of conflict resolution. Mastering the art of leadership. Learning how to move people without touching them. Mastering the art of scaling. Mastering the art of systems. Because these are things that you're going to have to master at that level if you want to be the best at what you do. So, what do you like selling better? Tangible or intangible products? That's what I want you to study and master, but don't spend too much time. Don't get stuck in paralysis analysis. Figure it out really quick. Man, do I like this? Do I like that? What will be easy for you to sell? Now, here's what's funny. In school, I was good at selling candy, CDs, shirts. But what I liked selling more as I got older was the ideas. Something real quick to send, get it to customers. But I started thinking about what I like what do I like? Do I like the shipping process? You know what I'm saying? Do I like the fulfillment? Here's another question I want you to think about is not only what do you like to sell, what are you really good at making sure gets fulfilled? That's a gap in the marketplace right now. People can sell stuff all day, but can they fulfill it? If I buy your clothes, do I get it? And listen, my company, sometimes we have issues, and I'll be like, yo, we got to fix that. Send them a refund. Get this back to them. Why? Because guess what? I'm like, yo, we got to stand on what we're doing. And then you have people that sometimes buy high-ticket programs. And sometimes the product is great, but people don't understand what they're getting. It's the fulfillment. See, sometimes people that are good at selling intangible products, sometimes the promise is intangible as well. So you got to be real tangible about what they're going to get. And so you may need a different personality to break down how, okay, all right, if this is intangible, but what is the tangible results? What result am I buying? And can I give you something else? People don't typically buy the products, they buy the result. They buy what they want to get from it. When people buy outfits, they're not buying the clothes. They're buying the compliment that they think they're going to get. When people are buying perfume and cologne, they're not just buying the smell. They're buying the compliments. They're buying what's going to come with them wearing it. When people buy the cars, yeah, they like the car, but what they're paying for is people looking at the car when it passes by. That fulfillment, the feeling that they get when they sit inside of it. Some of us know what we're selling, but here's my real question is, do you know what you're really selling? Because now we got your product, and we know if it's intangible or intangible. But now do we know what we're really selling when we're talking to people? And when you start understanding that, my friends, you get to an entirely different level of the game. So we're back at the Run the Play show where we break down the top plays. I just gave you another one when it comes to sales. Y'all know the play. Now go run it. Let's get it. What's going on? Listen, make sure you guys go to runtheplaystore.com. Get your official Run the Play gear. We talk about shirts, socks, jackets for everybody that's Run the Play all across the world.
Are you ready? We're gonna run the play. Let's go. Do you know what it's like to come from nothing at all? But every day